This is one set we can see which appeared in CAT 2022 in slot 2. Wherever the entire information we need to understand and we need to form the proper table so that all informations we can taken together and respond accordingly. We can call it as a type of puzzle, and here it is actually the salesman selling item for today's information. It is a salesman which is selling this one of the product named trick, and it is in different housing complex it is selling. Now the number they are meeting are different in day one and day two this way. And if any household is complaining about any salesman, then immediately he will not be able to move further. That is the way it has the information given. The number of item buys and the number of household visited. These two are important here, because ultimately from that we can get the information of the performance of the salesman. This is called success rate. These two, whenever we got it and get the ratio of it, it is defined by the ratio of number of items sold to the number of household met. So this way success rate also we can get. Now there are 3%, Tori, Hockley and Lahore. We will call it T, H and L. These are the three salesperson, and their information that how many they have visited, how many household they have visited, and what are the number of items they have sold. So what I will do, I will try to form a chart. In the chart, I will try to give you the idea about uh, the chart that I want to do for this 3%, where the name of the person, and finally it has been divided in these two part. What I will do, okay, now I want to write this format. These are the name of the salesperson, T, H and L. These are the 3%, and they are household meeting, day one household. These are the household information. Household information. It is day one. This is day two, and this is total number of households. This is now the number of sales, items sold, items. Now what we have done, this is the item number D1, D2 and total. This is the household D1, D2 and total. Now one after the other information that I need to go on feeding here. This is the 2-day period. All three of them met the same number of households and each of them sold total 100 items. So total number of items, it is 100, 100 and 100. Each of them sold 100. So first point taken. Second point, on both days, L met the same number of households and sold the same number of items. So now number of items, it should be 50-50 in each of the day. Now, in case of our households meeting, I don't know the total number. I can take this is, let's say, n and n means total to n number, and that total to n number would be present for everywhere because this is number is same. It is our point number two. Each could not sell any item on the second day. Second day number of item, if you consider, second day could not sell any item, zero item. So automatically it is coming the day one, it would be 100 number of items sold. But on each could not sell any item on the second day because the first household he met on that day complained against him. That means one number of household he met. So basically, I can find it out that the number for each household met, it should be one in the second day and complaint. So rest others would be here. It would be 2n minus 1 in this location. Till time, we are writing only one variable. So this is our point number 3 done. Now point number 4. T made 30 more households on the second day than the first day. 30 more households. So number of households, 30 more here. I know if it is written in n, it would be equal. So it should be 15 less here, 15 more here. So it should be n minus 15 here and n plus 15 here. Then 30 more item visited. Loading. So it is our point number 4. Point number 5. Now it's talking about the success rate. Today's success rate was twice that of Lori's on the first day. Lori, first day success rate is what? So success rate day 1 is SR1 and SR2. These are the two data I will consider. It has mentioned Tori's success rate was twice that of Lori's on the first day. Lori first day success rate will be how much? Success rate is number of item by household visited. So it should be 50 by n. This is 50 by n. And this one would be Tori success rate was twice that of Lori. So twice means 50 by n twice. So it should be 100 by n. Twice that of Lori on the first day. And it was 75% of Lori on the second day. Lori second day is 50 by n again. Now 75% of would be here. 75% means 3 by 4. So if we multiply 3 by 4, so it should be 25 into 3, 75 by 2. 75 by 2n. It would be the second day success rate. So that success rate information, it has been given. Now with the success rate information, I can feed these two data also. This is the success rate. Now what is it? Success rate is equal to number of item by number of household sold. So this by n minus 5 is equal to that. So this is equal to n minus 15 multiplied by that. So I can write it down 100 by n multiplied by n minus 15. This is the number of items sold. And here the same data is 75 by 2n multiplied by n plus 15. That is the way the number of items sold will be this. Now after that we got one information that item, these two number, if I add it up, it would be 100. So there is one relation, and from that relation, we will get up the value of n, and once n is there, entire table will be formed. So let me write that data. 100 by n multiplied by n minus 15 plus 75 by n plus 15, that is equal to 100. 75 by 2n. Now if you multiply by 2n in everywhere, and as well as if you cancel 25 from these all sides, so it should be 4, it should be 3, it is 4, and the next data will be multiplying by 2n now. So 8n minus 8 into 15, 120 plus 3n plus 45, which is equal to multiplied by 2n, that means 8n. So from here I can find, cancel that out, 3n is equal to 45, that means 55 plus 20, 75. So 3n equal to 75, n is equal to 25. Once n is equal to 25, I can go on writing everywhere this data. First of all, 25, 25. Let me feed here. 25, 25, and this is 50, 50, 50. 50, 50, 50. Now this one will be 50 minus 1, 49. This is 49. These two level done. 50, n is equal to 25, 25 minus 15, 10. 10, and this is 25 plus 15, 40. 10, 40. Now I need to get this one, the number, which number is the success rate is 25, 4 into 10, 40 would be here. So this one would be success rate multiplied by number of household. So 4 into 10, 40. And this one will be 60 then. 60 then. So we have fitted this entire set of data, and on the basis we will go on answering questions now. Now let us get the first question. What was the total number of households made by THNL? Total number of households. What was the total number of households made by TNH on the first day? It is nothing but 10 plus 49 plus 25. 35 plus 50 is equal to 85 minus 1. So it is 84. Answer. First question. How many trick items were sold by T on the first day? T on the first day, it is 40. 40 is the answer. First day. Now question number 3. How many households did L meet on the second day? Household L meet on the second day. So it is exactly L meet. How many households did L meet on the second day? It's 25. So it should be between 21 to 29. Option 2. Question number 4. How many households did T meet on the first day? Households T met on the first day? 10. That means uh, it should be 10 or less. Option 2 would be the answer. Now, fifth question. Which of the following statement is false? Among the three, L had the lowest success rate on the first day. Now we need to check the success rate. The value of n is equal to 25. So it should be this success rate first day. If I check for L, 50 by 25, 2. The first day, day 1 for them. Day 1 in the left hand side, let me write. This 50 by n, it is basically 2. In second day also 2. H success rate of the first day compared to the second day. Second day success rate is also required. So for H, it should be item 100 by 49, approximately more than 2. So just 2 point something, 2 point something, and it is so 2 plus, and this one will be 2 minus, and here it is 40 by 10, 4, and this one is 60 by 40, so 3 by 2, 1.5. So these are the success rate. Let's see now. Among the three, L had the lowest success rate on first day. First day, L lowest. No, it is H is less than 2. So it is not the answer. Which of the following statement is false? No, it was 2 plus, right? These was 2 minus. Right, right, right. It is not the false. It is the L actually the lowest. So this is not my answer. T had a higher success rate on the first day compared to the second day. Higher success rate in first day compared to the second day. It is also a true statement, wrong. The 3T had the highest success rate on the first day. First day highest, tail 4. So it is also wrong. So definitely this would be right. Among the 3T had the highest success rate on the second day. It is a false statement. It is not the highest, it is 1.5 and it is just less than 2. So answer is option 4. Let us solve the given set which appeared in CAT 2022. This CAT 2022 slot 2 exam, wherever this particular set appeared, which is nothing but innovative graph. But in that innovative graph, we need to understand that the all data given in which format, and if we can understand this data properly, solving this will be just with observation. So let us try to explain this one. Here two plots given in this set, and it is actually the performance of ABCD 4 company in 3 years, 2019, 20 and 21. The first plot which shows the revenue and cost incurred by the companies during this year. This is the plot wherever revenue and cost it has been given. Revenue is given in the x-axis and cost is given in the y-axis. That is the way it has been given. Like here, it has given one example also. In 2021, company C earned rupees 100. Company C earned rupees 100, 2021. So if I check that C, this one, 2021, it is 100 here. So x-axis value is 100. And the spent rupees 30. So this value, if you take here, it should be line 30. So that's why this example it has been given. And profit of a company is defined as its revenue minus its cost. Revenue is this value, and minus cost, it is the profit given here. Now if I check this one, it is the first slot. Second plot shows the number of employees employed by the company. That means employee strength at the start of each of these 3 years, as well as the number of new employees hired each year. That means new hire. These two x-axis and y-axis data given, and one example also shown here, and on the basis we need to go on solving problem. Now we will solve our first question. In that question, it has been given that it's the question here, that considering all 3 years, 2019, 20, and 21, which company had the highest annual profit? Annual profit, that means 3 years taken together, total profit I need to take and divided by 3. That should be the annual profit, and I need to find out from the 4 company how it is. Now here one thing that I need to tell you, that if I am considering one of the line, which line is passing from 0 and intersecting this one, in this way, if I draw a line, let me draw a line. This line in our mind we need to draw, and if I have drawn like that, here on every point actually the revenue and cost is same. That means no profit, no loss condition. If I check to the right hand side of it, revenue will be high and cost will be low. If it is left hand side of this line, cost will be high, revenue will be low. So as per the profit concern, from the line, perpendicular distance will give you the profit. That is the way. So what I need to find it out, that which company had the highest annual profit. Like in case of A 2000, in case of C 2019, if I check, this is the profit level, this gap. B more or less no profit. So highest profit observation wise, these are the value. This C 2021, this is the value. It is the highest profit. Similarly, B 2020. Now I need to find it out for a company highest where it remains. Like if I take C, C is here. Next value C is here. And the third value C is here. So these 3 data, perpendicular data, and their average, it would be the C average profit. Now if I take this A is this line, then A is this line, and A is this line. So these are the 3 lines. C is higher than that. If you go to this B, B is here, as well as B is here, second, and the third. Again, C will be higher. D to 1 negative, so definitely C is the highest. So answer wise, option 4 would be my answer with the observation, and I can see C is the highest. If you check it out, that what I have to say here, this is the perpendicular line. This is the profit for C21. This is the perpendicular line for C in case of 20, and this is in case of 19. Taken this line, the average, it should be the highest. So my answer C would be the highest in this case. Now, second question, which of the 4 company experienced the highest annual loss? Just as for the earlier question, it is the loss. That means who has at the left hand side of it. I can see no one in the left hand side. Only loss is for D, which is happening here. So definitely D would be my answer. in this case, and option would be option 2. Now, third question, the ratio of a company's annual profit to its annual cost is a measure of its performance. Which four company had the lowest value of this ratio in 2019? Annual profit and annual cost. So, as per our earlier problem, we have seen that profit means perpendicular line. That line divided by cost means wherever left hand side part. And profit by cost need to be high. Like in case of C, this is in 2019. 2019, these are the values. C value is here. I'm marking first. D value is here. E value is 2019 is here and B is here. These are the marked area. And the ratio of the company's annual profit to its annual cost. Profit to cost. This gap of profit, more or less, they are not that much variation, that much of varying. But cost wise, who is the least? That A is the least, and it is also in highest. So definitely, as the profit is least for A, as well as this height, which is the cost, is also the highest. So answer will be option A. Now, question number 4, the total number of employees. Total number of employees lost in 2019 and 20 was the least. Now, total number of employee line is this, and here employee lost. How I can find employee lost in 2019 and 2020? If I check 2019, let's say for A, 2019. This is the number of employee, 150. And this is the new employee hired. So actually it need to be 150 plus 20, 170. In the next year, 20, it is going in the left hand side, wherever the number of employee has decreased, lost part. Wherever it is going left hand side, left direction, it would be the lost part. And new employee hired, again in the same line but in the right, so it has increased. So basically, if the number is in the going to the right, their plot, if it is going to the right, like if the plot for A, if I check it out for A, if it is going in this direction from one value to the next value, then definitely loss will be less. But if it is going to the left hand side, the loss will be highest. I need to find it out that the total number of employees lost in 1920 was least. Least for whom? Whose case it is the least, that I need to find. It is right hand side means low number of employee loss. Now, please check 19 to 20, it is going right for B. For 20 to 21, also going right. But for A, it is not like that. It is going left and then small right. In case of C, it is 19 to 20. That is remaining more or less same, no change. For D, it is going right, but not that much of B. So highest amount of right movement, it has happened for B. And that right movement will determine the number of employee loss is least, because retaining more. Option 2 would be my answer from that observation. Now, fifth question, profit per employee. Profit per employee is the ratio of the company's profit to its employee strength. Profit, though, from that blue line I have drawn, right hand side movement is the profit. and employee strength. For this purpose, the employee strength in a year is the average of the employee strength at the beginning of that year and the beginning of the next year. These two data average, if I take, then it will be the average employee strength. So that need to be employee strength and that profit. These two are the criteria for finding ratio high or low. That I have to check. Which one? In 2020, which of the four companies had the highest profit per employee? So highest I need to find in 2020. For A 2020, I need to first find it out. A profit line. A, where is A? A 2020, this one. So this is basically the profit line A. For the time, if I check it out, A average 19 and 20, 19 and 20 A value. So more or less average will be this proportion. This value will be the average. Okay. If I check B 2020, it is the profit, higher profit. B average line 19 and 20 I have to take. Which 2 year I have to take? The employee strength in a year is the average of the employee strength at the beginning of the year and the beginning of next year. In 2020, which is the companies at the highest. 2020 want to take, that means 20 and 21. So A 2021, it should be some bit high. However, in case of B 20 and 21, 20 and 21, this would be the average. So B value comparatively higher as per this line and employee strength is also high. Okay, if I want to get into C in 2020, this is the line, much less. C 2020 average, this is the average. Acha, D 2020 profit, D I need not to take, it would be least, definitely, because it is the negative value in case of D it has been. So basically, I need to find which of the four companies had the highest profit per employee. As per B, this value is much high in compared to A and C, and the value of average will be more or less remaining same. So I can get my answer. That would be for company B, option 3. Because numerator is high, denominator more or less same for these other three. So that means B will be highest in this case. Let us try to understand one type of Venn diagram set where actually we have seen that 3 set Venn, 4 set Venn, but we have not yet seen this type of set which is applied in this case, which is CAT 2022 slot 2 examination. This particular Venn diagram oriented problem, after reading it, we can see that here actually the number of variables, it has given 6. We have learned that 6 set Venn, if it is given in alternate format, like the first one, I can say that out of that 320 products, each of these products was either a cosmetic product or a nutrition product. Whenever either or given, so entire 320 divided into these two parts. So if I take one of these Venn as cosmetic, so outside of this cosmetic, it would be nutrition. Same thing, it is applied for the foreign product or domestic product. But same thing is not applying in the other one. These FDA or EU, we have given this one in different color to look into that statement. Each of these products had at least one of the two approval. That means both of them can appear also. So basically, If I imagine it is a four-set Venn, then we will be able to draw it perfectly. So I will take it up a four-set Venn diagram, and from that we will solve. But in that four-set Venn diagram, our only cosmetic product or only nutrition product or only foreign product or domestic product not required. On the basis, it is some bit modified one. What is that modified one? I will take the normal, these 3 by 3 square format first, which I will divide in this way, and then the extra part I will take as this one for FDA, this one for EU, because FDA and EU, this it can happen uh, without overlapping with the square itself. And these two column taken together, I am considering as cosmetic product. This is cosmetic. These two column taken together, I will consider as foreign product. Foreign product. So cosmetic product, this entire, foreign product is this entire. This way we will imagine. Let me first do one thing. Let me first do one thing. Let me write it down. These assign every individual cell, subcells as some alphabet. Let me consider that this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. These are the variable I have assigned for them. And after that, entire facts we will consider now. So to consider these entire facts, let us take the first point. There were equal number of domestic and foreign product. How I can read this one? What is the foreign product? Foreign product is this entire part. And outside that, that means AEI and DHL, that would be nothing but domestic. So let us get this one, write it down. This AEI added up with the right hand side column DHL. These would be the half of 320, 160. And what is the foreign product? That is also 160. That's the first point we have taken. Second point, half of the domestic products were, which one domestic? These one, these two column. Half of the domestic products were FDA approved, FDA approved cosmetic product. Which one? FDA approved cosmetic product and domestic. Domestic means these two column. FDA approved is this entire part. So FDA approved cosmetic product will be these two. This is half. So we can find it out. These one taken together is half of 160, which is 80. Okay. So point number 2 also considered. Now let us go to the next point. None of the foreign products had both the approval. Foreign product, both the approval is F and G. So it is none. Once it is none, I can find it out that these would be 0. These would be 0. So this none part, it has considered approval. Next point of it, while 60 domestic products had both the approval. Domestic products is this, both the approval E and H. So I can consider this one, that E plus H. This would be 60. It is our point number 3 taken. Let me take the next point. There were 140 nutrition product. Cosmetics, counterpart of cosmetics is complement cosmetics is nutrition. So nutrition is this. So these taken together, it is, that means CGKDHL is 140. Half of them were foreign product. Foreign product is this half. So now one interesting thing, it has appeared, this entire row, a column, is half of 140, that means 70, and this one is 70. These two column, it has been given. So this is our point number 4 taken. Next one, there were 200 FDA approved product. FDA approved product 200. 70 of them were foreign products. 70 of them foreign products. So out of that foreign product is BC, FG to 0. So it should be 70 would be here. This part 70. Foreign products, and 120 of them cosmetic products. 200 approved products, 70 of them foreign products, and 120 of them cosmetic products. Cosmetics product will be equal to this part, ABEF. Now AE is 80, so only B added up, it would be 120. Then I am getting the value of B, that would be nothing but 120 minus 80, 40. So this one 40, I got it. Once this is 40, as it is given 70, so it should be 30. These would be 30. So I'm removing that 70 information, which is not required now. So this is 40, this is 30. Actually, once this is 30, this line is 70. So I can get this value also. This would be 40 again. Okay. 160 is the total value. If it is 160 is the total value, so already 40, 40, 80, 110, so it should be 50. This is coming as 50. This much information we got it. What other? 120 EH I have received. Can I get this information? Yes, I can get, because the value of FDA, it is 80, 40, 120 plus 30, that means 150, done. So DH is rest other, so DH will be 50. DH, if it is 50, this smart, if it is 50, then 70 means this would be 20. Okay. Or anything more I can get? Acha, this one, AEI value, I can find how much it has given. Half of the domestic products was FDA approved cosmetic product. Okay. Equal number of domestic and foreign product. This much and this much sum is 160. This is DHL is already given as DHL as 70. So I can find AEI, which should be gap of it, that means 90. AEI 90. Out of that, this is 80. So this would be 10. Yes. So that much we can fill it out, and on the basis we need to go on solving the problems. Now let us get the two problems. First two problem, how many foreign products was FDA approved cosmetic product? This is the foreign. FDA approved is this. This is entirely FDA approved. Foreign product, FDA approved. Cosmetic. So cosmetic FDA approved, if you take, it would be B and F. F is 0. So B only. So this value B only, which is 40. So answer for the first question is 40. Second question, how many cosmetic products did not have FDA approval? Cosmetic product, FDA approval is not there. So it should be nothing but So how many cosmetic product did not have FDA approval? Cosmetic product, not FDA approval. So it should be this much. And how many cosmetic product did not have FDA approval? These are the total cosmetic product. So FDA approval, that means I will get this one I plus J. And I plus J, it is nothing but 60. So answer for this question is 60. Now let us get the third question. Which among the following options best represent the number of domestic cosmetic products that had both the approval? Domestic cosmetic product. Domestic is outside, cosmetic product is this, that had both the approval E. So it's talking about E. And E I don't know, EH I know, and EH maximum is 60. So E can have maximum value 60. So option 2 would be my answer. Now, the fourth question, if 70 cosmetic products did not have EU approval, 70 cosmetic product did not have EU approval, that means A, B together is 70. It talks about A plus B is equal to 70. Out of that B I know, so A would be equal to 30. B is 40, so it is 30. Then how many nutrition product had both the approval? Nutrition product is this, both the approval is uh, G plus H. So talking about H is how much? If A is equal to 30, so E will be equal to 50. So H would be equal to 50 plus H is equal to 60. So H will be equal to 10. So answer option 1, 10. Now our fifth question, if 50 nutrition products did not have EU approval, nutrition products, so it should be this part, CD. That means C plus D, it is equal to 50, it has mentioned. And C is equal to 30, that means D is equal to 20. Then how many domestic cosmetic product did not have EU approval? Domestic and cosmetic product. Domestic cosmetic product did not have EU approval. That means talking about A is how much? If D is equal to 20, this H will be equal to H would be equal to 30 because these two are 50. H 30, that means E will be equal to 30. E 30 means A will be equal to 50. And A is required, so answer is 50. Let us try to get idea of one set, which interesting set appeared in CAT 2022 in slot 2. And it was entirely the concept of probability. Normally in CAT, we can see probability type of problem, but this is probability and some kinds of expected value which it has applied here. Let's understand that given set. Here, it has said that one of the widget supplier supplied from W to 4 locations. These are the location A, B, C, D, and it is supplying these 4 location. But the daily demand for these in each location is uncertain and independent of each other. Demand are corresponding to the probability value, and it is given for 3 or 4 of these locations, and everywhere 2 kinds of chances it has given to you. Now it has explained. Finally, there are some lines connecting this location, and that line there is some number, and the number is actually the distance. One of these example it has been given that B to Ahmedabad, Ahmednagar, it is nothing but 6 kilometer, and that is the 6 kilometer it is showing here. Every day, supplier gets the information about the demand values of all the 4 locations and create the travel route that starts from warehouse and ends in a location after visiting all of the locations exactly once. It will not go more than once. And making the route plan, the supplier goes to the location in decreasing order of demand. If there is a tie for the choice of the next location, the supplier will go to the location closest to the current location. First of all, this way the decision it would be taken. That means decreasing order and distance. These are the two things it would be considered. While creating this route, the supplier can either follow the direct path from the location to another or can take the path via the warehouse. If both the paths are available, direct and via the warehouse, this supplier will choose the path that of minimum distance. This is the way the possibility it has been given. And on the basis, we will start solving our problem. Now, let us get the first question, meaning of the first question. If the last location is Ahmednagar, this one is the last location that has been given. Then what is the total distance covered in the route in kilometer? Now, whenever it is the last location, please understand in between A and D, wherever A is the highest is 70, A is the lowest is 50, the D highest is 50. So if A is not 50, anything more than 50, then what happened? D will be the, if A is more than 50, any value, and D is like that, this lowest value of it. If A is given as 70, then definitely A will be higher than D at any point of time. So A is not 70. A demand of A will be this zone 50. And at that time, D need to be more than equal to A so that there is a chance that D is not the last. So definitely A will be this one higher value. This two demand I got it. So A demand 50 and D demand 50 as well. Now B cannot be lower than 50. If it is lower than 50, so definitely the situations will be B will be the last. So it is also this zone 60. And C is higher. There is no issue. So first location it will visit C. That means this 12. This would be the distance first taken. Now after that 12, next it would go to B and that would be 4. From B, it can go to A and it can go to D. But on the basis of probability, definitely A will be the last. It has mentioned in this question. So from B, it will go to D. And that would be these two, 10 plus 2. And from, means this is the path line. Let me draw it. From this, it is going here for 12. From here, it is going to B, that is 4. From here, it is going to D, that is 10 plus 2, 12. After that, from D to A, it will move, but out of 8 and 5 plus 2, 7, it would take this path because it is lower 7. Now, if you take the total kilometer, first one 12 plus 4 plus 10 plus 2, because it is going through warehouse, plus 2 plus 5 through warehouse. So it is 16, 16 plus 12, 28, 28 plus 7, 35. So the answer of the question is 35. Now let us understand the second question. If the total number of widgets delivered in a day is 250, it is the total number 250, it has been delivered. Then what is the total distance covered in the route in kilometer? Okay, 250. Now, if I check it out, the numbers, then I can see A, it is two possibility, 50 and 70. B, that is 40 and 60. C, that is 30 and 50. D, it is 70 and 100. Now, out of that, if you check it out on these left-hand side possibilities, this summation is coming as 190. If you take this one, it is coming as 210, 290, 210, 210, 80, 280. Now, the point is it is 250 units. So from here on the 30 gap, here gap is 20, here gap is 20. That means if I go to this side, 20 will reduce. Here also 20 reduce, but here 30 reduce. So I got that value will be uh, these and these. This is the way we will get that 30 less, which is nothing but 250. Now, if A, B, C, D demand is 70, 60, 50, and D is 70, now what should be the order? A and D both are same. A and D, E, no, I have written the C and D in reverse order. By mistake it has been done, so I need to correct it. This is C, this is D, this is C. Okay. Now this is the order it will be followed, and the order can be written as I can C and C are both same. So definitely first one will be A, then from A it will go to definitely C. Why? Because both are 70 now, but A is lower distance of first A, then C. Then from here it will go to B and B to D. Now the kilometer I need to find it out. A is 5, 5. Then A to C it would be 5 plus 12, that is 17. Then C to B, C to B it should be 4. B to D it would be this way, 10 to 12. Now if you add it up, it would be 9, 21, 21, 38. So the answer for the second question is 38 kilometer distance covered. Now let us understand the third question. What is the chance probability that the total number of weight get delivered in a day is 260 unit, and the route ends at Vikrampura? Again, we need to do the same thing, like A, two chances, 50 and 70. B, 40 and 60. C, C is 70 and 100. D is 30 and 50. We have already added. This addition is 190. 190 and this is 280. Now 260 it has been given. 260 means all will be here, only 120 less. One number of 20 less, either this one, or this one. Anything. So what is the question? What is the chance that total number will get delivered is 260? To make it 260, I know that any one of them will be lower and rest others. And the root ends at B. B is the root ends at. If it is 50 to 30, it becomes root ends at D. If it is here 70 to A, and then also these would be 60, would be the higher, so at not B need to be 40. So I can find it out that B need to be 40. This is sure, and rest others. So basically A, B and D, out of that B would be the least, so the 20 reduction, and it is the last. So others are these values, these values, these values. Now out of this value, highest it should be C. So it will travel to C first, And that C, what is the probability of traveling this 100, these particular demand? That will be 70%. So it will be 70%. What is for B? B will be for 40 to be 30%. For A, 70, it would be 60%. And for D, it would be for 50, it would be 60%. Now, to get that this particular probability, we need to go on multiplying them. So it is 60, 30%, 18%. 60, 30%, 18%. Now 70% of 18. So 70% of 18. 18, 30%. If you subtract 1.8 into 3, that means 54. 5.4 reduction. It's coming as 13, 12.6. 12.6 directly. This calculation is not getting better. 60% of it would be 60%, 6.4. It would be something more than 6.3. So only one chance, it would be 2. But the calculations I am doing, it is not a good one. So let's do some other way for your reference. It would be better. So let's go in that direction. 70%, 60% of 70%. 42. Now here we got 42 whenever these two taken. 30% of 42. 4.2 into 3. 12.6. 12.6. Now 60% of that. We can get this one better. 60%, 6.3 and 6.3, and addition of 10% means 1.26. 1.26. So it is coming as 7.56. 7.56. Option 2 would be the answer. Now let us get the fourth question, where it demands that if the first location visited from warehouse is A, first is A need to be then highest definitely. So it should be the sin of A, 70. Then what is the chance that the total distance covered in the route is just it is not showing properly. Route is covered in the route is 40 kilometer. So we need to check with the 40 kilometer concept. Okay. First is A and 40 kilometer. So first is A. Actually, C can be minimum, which would be 70. So first visit would be A visit. Then after that, definitely C visit, because C is minimum value 70, which is higher than the B and C. So it should be C. AC, it is clear. They have already mentioned. Our probability to check, I need to find it out B and D, because it has already mentioned that first location visited warehouse is Ahmedabad, and then what is the chance that total distance covered is 40. So AC already it would be first location whenever Ahmedabad, but that 40 to make it chance factor I need to find, and only variation is BD part. BD, or it can be DB, anything it may happen. Kilometer I need to know. Okay, let's check that kilometer. AC, if it is this order, what is the kilometer? 5A, and C is 17. That is done. After that, that means it is 20, 22 already done. 18 kilometer, this location, either BD or DB. If it is going BD, 18 kilometer, how much it is happening? C to B. C to B is 4. 4 to D is D is 12. It's coming as 16 kilometer after AC. So it should not be 80. So that's not the order. It can make it the other way. That means DB format. It can be the other way. It can be uh, it can be D then B. So then kilometer, if I write D, C to D, it will be 6, and D to B, it would be 12. Now you can check that these 5, 17, it is fixed. Then 6 and 12, it would be 40 kilometer. It is satisfying. So that should be the order, not BD order. It would be DB order. Now in DB order only, it is varying. So there is a chance factor, we know. AC to confirm. What is D fast, then B second? D fast and B second. That means D need to be 50 and B need to be 40. D 50 is 50 is 60% probability, and B40 is 30% probability. So I can check it out, these two probability only. So it is 60% and then it is 30%. So total probability will be 30% of 60%. So which is 18%. Option D is the answer of the question. Now let us get the last question of the set. If Ahmednagar is not the first location, A is not the first location. Okay. So not the first location. Let's see. Ahmednagar is not the first location. So Ahmednagar cannot be the 70. Because if it is 70, already it is more than B and more than D. And C, it is, oh, C can be more than 70 also. It is not the first location. So there is a chance that it can be 70. At that time, C need to be 100. Okay. So either it is 70 and C is also 70. If it is happening, then A will be the first location. If A is 70 and C is more than 70, means 100, then C would be the first location. It has mentioned that Ahmednagar is not the first location to be visited, the route. And the total route distance is 29. Okay, that is 29. So not the first location. So first location will be C. First locations will be definitely C. So definitely C means 12 kilometer to done. After that, it can come to A. From C, if it is going to A, 17 addition, 29 kilometer will be done. So also A cannot be the second location. Not only the first location, it is also not second. That is clear, because if it is A is the second, then definitely 12 plus 17, 29 kilometer it will be done. Now C is the first location, it is sure. Now after that, A is not the second, so it can be B or D. Let's check one case. It is uh, B first, so 4 kilometer. Then it is A or D, anything it can happen. If it is already 16 done, so means 13 in my hand. So if it is A and then D, so A and D, then it would be 6 plus 7. It's because that would be 7. 6 plus 7, 13. So that's a CBAD. This is the possibility it is happening. But if I'm not doing that, this is my case 1. If I consider case 1, any other case, can I do the second case? I'm removing this for drawing it. Let's say case 2. In which way case 2 I can do it? to make it. I know that C would be the first. There is no confusion. Other than, and A is not the second also. Because if C is first location, 12 kilometer already done, I cannot take 17 kilometer. That kinds of possibility is not there. So B or D, if I take D, then 6 kilometer. So 18 kilometer already done, 11 kilometer in my hand for the two other location. If I take A now from D, lower is 7, 7 and then 6. A and then C, D done, then C, D, A and B. A and B. That also I can make because it is 18, then A is 7 and B is 6. So it is 18 plus 13. No, it cannot be. It is not possible. So this case is not possible. Acha, if I do CD, then BA, oh, then it will be much higher because already after 18, 12 addition, it will be 30. So D would not be there. So it is CBAD. That would be the case. So no other case possible. I'm removing it. Now I need to think of it, that what would be if this is the movement and that is the kilometer. So it is winning that 29 kilometer. Question is then which of the following is the number of it gets supplied on that particular day. C fast. So C can be 70 or 100 anything. C fast 70 or 100 anything. B, acha, A is also fixed that A cannot be 70, it would be 50. Now B and D. B and D after C, B. B can be 40 or 60. D is 30 or 50. So if it is D, if I want to make it next value, and it is the higher value, so it can be 60 and then it is mm, it can be 60, and that means demand of B is 60 and demand of D is 50. It is possible. But if it is 40, demand of B is, if it is 40, then A is already 50, it cannot be. So it need to be 60. But D the last lower than 50, A to D, A to D and B to A to D. So D can be 30 or 50, any value. 30 or 50. That means my addition value 70, 30 it can be, 30, 50 it can be. So 110, these addition 110. After that 70, 30, 100 it can be, that means 210. 210 is a possibility I can see here. And rest others more than that. 70, 50 is 120. 120, 110, so 230. 230 I can't see, so it is not. 70, 30 is not. 70, 50, which should be 120. 120, 70, 50, that is 70, 50 already I have considered, that is 230, not possible. Okay. 130, 130 plus 110, 140. That means 240. 240 is also not there. It is also gone. And 150, 150, 150 means 260. 260 is also not there. So basically 210 is the possibility. It should be option C. That's the answer of the question.